out of everything. Mike. What's up?
Not much.
Living the life. Maybe the 545 runs like a bag of shit because its coil packs are dated 2011, even though the shop he had rebuilt the engine told him they are new. And he paid for new ones. So that's not good. We're going to replace all 8. The plugs are pretty new. Only have like 30 miles on them. No, not even. 5 miles on them maybe. But we'll get the new coils tomorrow and give it a shot. Monday's done, and it was a very frustrating day until the end. Didn't feel productive until the end. We didn't leave the shop until about 9 o'clock. Then we picked up In-N-Out on the way home, came back, snarfed that down, and I'm going to bed. Frustrating because all I wanted to do was get the struts back in the Sterling car, the rear struts in the Sterling M5 today. And I've done it before. I've done it by myself before. I don't know how I managed that. Maybe I did it on a car that had completely screwed rear ball joints or upper control arm bushings, and this one doesn't. Because when you take the strut out, I put a piece of wood in there and I tap it and it falls out of the rear carrier, and then the rear carrier goes boom, and it goes up like 5 inches. Then you can't pull it back down because you need to not only pull it down to swing the strut into the wheel housing, but you need to pull it down even when you get the top 3 bolts through the chassis and put some nuts on there hand tight. You then have to, it's got a little flange on it, it sits inside the wheel carrier, so it'll like hold itself before you put the big 21 millimeter bolt in. But you've got to pull it down 4 inches. So Mike and I are just hanging, like bouncing our entire body weights on the car. We're just not big enough people for this. I need a Shaquille O'Neal or LeBron James or Zion Williamson to come in and hang on the suspension for me. Not gonna happen. I tried to put a bottle jack in there in between the lower H-arm and the chassis, but then I need wood so I don't scrape all the paint and cosmoline off the chassis, so that's not great. But then it goes sideways because the H-arm isn't level, it sits at an angle. Pain in the dick. So we got them in. We ended up just building kind of a wedge out of wood, and I had to get creative with the Sawzall and kind of make a wedge to fit in there to level out the thing so I can jack it down as far as it goes. Like, it does not go any further, and then it's just a struggle. It's extremely frustrating. I got them in, they're torqued to spec. That job is done. Otherwise, I'm going to talk very briefly about my Mac woes. This sucks. I ordered a new MacBook Pro last Monday, a week ago today, and it's not going to deliver until November 17th. I ordered it within the first minutes, but they sold out so fast. At least the initial batches did. And unfortunately, my 15-inch 2018 MacBook Pro has not made it that far. There is a monitor on the floor back there because my third screen in that machine died, and it's just showing the top inch or 2 and not updating the top ½ inch or 1.5 inches. It's a mess. It's not usable. The computer's fine with a monitor. You plug in a monitor and it's fine. But I need a mobile laptop. So that sucks that I couldn't at least get to the next one. So what I ended up doing was going over to Apple last night. Thank you, Larissa, for the transportation. And picked up a 13-inch. They didn't have any 15s with a terabyte drive or more, or any 16s with a terabyte drive or more. So it's a 13-inch, 20, whatever. It's not the new one, obviously. MacBook Pro. I had an option to get the M1 and decided not to because I want to save that for the next machine. This is an i5, 2.3, 2.2, something like that. Terabyte, 16 gigs, Iris graphics. It's a dog. With my software build, it's a dog, but it functions. So that was several hours of my day yesterday. The restoration from my machine. So I started it yesterday at 7 p.m. and it quoted me like 5 hours and 20 minutes, which I thought was fine. It's 800 gigs. But 5 hours later, it was just stuck for hours. It was stuck at a certain number of files. The cursor, I put the cursor at the end of the progress bar. It's not moving. The hard drive light is not flashing, so the hard drive's not doing anything. So I just said, fine, I'm going to bed. We're going to leave it on overnight, see what happens. I came down the next morning, and it's made like 300,000 files, but it's still going 7 megabytes per second through USB-C. I don't know why it's that slow. But another hour this morning, it did finish. It was successful. I updated to the latest version of Big Sur, and then Monterey. Yes, I'm on Monterey. That came out today. Nerd alert. But everything seems to be working. I'm going to get my 2 weeks out of this. I sent the other one out for repair. It's under Apple Care. It makes sense for me to fix it, put another display on it, the 4th display, get it back, and then sell it with a brand new display when I get my new one. So that's where I am. I'm tired of talking. I'm going to bed. We'll talk on Tuesday. Good night.